All right. Welcome to another episode of Cabinelli. As always, I'm Chris. This is my beautiful girlfriend.
Oh, hi, it's your girl, Day McClay, period. Sorry, I am not fully prepared.
Oh, you
Trying to
okay,
get
baby?
comfortable.
All right. So this is episode 4, and today we're gonna talk about a little progress. We're gonna check in with everything, see how our 12-week goals are going. This is something that my baby started. She thought that would be a good idea for her, and then thought that I should join her with my own 12-week goals and see where we are and see where we're progressing. So we're gonna get y'all updated on that. We're gonna introduce a couple new segments as well. I know last week we introduced a couple. We're gonna introduce a couple more this week, and yeah, we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna let my baby go first because this is something that she started with in her journey, the 12-week goal, and I'm gonna do a little, put a little 2 cents of how my progress has been going. We're gonna talk about the good. We're gonna talk about uh, bad and just everything in between because no one is perfect when it comes to goals, and
Yeah.
it takes time to be able to get everything into sync. So we're gonna talk about what we're proud of and what we're want to work on. So go ahead, baby.
Okay. So, insert to book on screen. I was reading the 12-week year. I can't remember the name of the author. I'm not good with names, and it doesn't even really matter because it's going to be on the screen. But I read that book because I just really wanted to change my life, and uh, I've heard really, really good things about this book on TikTok. I saw this black girl talking about how she literally made a huge calendar of her 12-week year and had something for every other day that she had to do for, to achieve those goals and stuff like that. And that like really inspired me. So I was like, you know what, let me read this book and see what it's talking about. Because she also mentioned that this is the route that millionaires or people with a lot of money follow. Now, I don't agree to that because I don't think a lot of people know what millionaires are actually doing and stuff like that. But nonetheless, um, I want to give it a try. So I read the book. The book was really good. I found it online, and I don't know. Maybe I'll link it below and stuff. I don't want to take nothing away from the man pockets and nothing like that because it was free. I found it online for free, and I read it on my iPad, and I was just underlining everything, highlighting and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, like it made a lot more sense to be working towards like a short term, like your main goal is within a short period of time, and then you kind of just restart your year. So your year is 3 months essentially. So it's 12 weeks, and 12 weeks is 3 months, and then you kind of just keep doing that until for the whole year until you attain like all your goals. So instead of actually having one or two or three goals for the entire 365 days, you set attainable like one or two goals for 3 months and you commit to that. So if it's like losing 5 pounds in 3 months, then that's what you're setting it for. Or if it's to save a certain amount of money, then that's the goal and stuff like that. And the idea of it is to basically put down what your goals are, then put down the tactics that you're going to do every single day in order to attain that and the limitations you'll have to that. And every week you basically sit down with a accountability partner and you discuss like how things are going for you, what you need to change, and you also rate or grade yourself for the week. So each week you're coming with if you actually did everything that you said you was going to do in order to attain that goal, or if you did it. And if you didn't, you got to kind of change some things up in order for the next week to be better and for you to actually hit the mark pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Let me see.
Yeah, the goal is always growth. I was talking to
Yeah.
somebody uh, recently just about um, being in your 20s, having goals, and deciding what you want to do with your life, and how frustrating it could be not really knowing the avenue that you want to go. You have an idea where you want to go, but you don't really know if that's going to fulfill you or not, if that's what
Mm,
you want to do like for the rest of your life, or if this is the best route for you. Sometimes people use the safe route that makes sense, that is a lot of security in that route, but it isn't as fulfilling.
yeah.
Or some people do go the route that isn't as fulfilling, but they don't see the what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, the outcome. They
Hmm.
don't see the outcome right then and there, so they kind of give up on that and go back to what's practical and what's safe and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm going through that too as well a little bit. But the thing about this 12-week goal is helping you kind of center a little bit. As far as from my 12-week goal, it was centered around personally, like my mind, my spirit, and my physical, and along with the financial as well. But I really wanted to get back in tune with who I was, intellectually, spiritually, and physically as well a while ago. But it could be different things as well.
Mhm.
What did you have on yours?
So mine was financially, I was going to save $3,000
Hmm.
in 3 months because I'm trying to build back up my savings. When we moved here, before we moved here, I had $10,000. Chris had double that before we moved here and stuff, but it was really important for me to build that back up for security. That was one
Hmm.
thing. It was to lose 5 pounds, and then it was also to get more in tune with my physical.
Hmm.
So that means like stretching more, meditating, and journaling and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And physical meaning mind, body, and like just mind and body and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
that financial side is real because when we
yeah,
moved, Houston,
so that's all that
all that
shit.
new furniture, all the stuff, like our apartment's starting to become more of a home, but shit, that costs money to make that shit a home. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to you, but
but I mean, I think my savings kind of it. My savings lasted for a decent amount of time. It's when my car got broken into, and I was investing in a new business venture that really took it away and stuff like that. Like I literally spent $2,000. Granted, thank goodness I have family that can help
mhm.
because they were willing to help because they knew that I really wanted to take this microblading class and stuff, and I had already put my deposit in, and I still had to give the guy $3,000 upon like getting there and shit. So yeah, my car took me out like for real. It was $2,000 to get my car fixed, and that was only because I have a Kia and it wasn't upgraded at the moment. Like the system was upgraded for anti theft, which is my bad. I should have did that before I got the insurance. And someone broke into my car. I thought I had a cloaking device because my car is like messed
Goddamn,
up.
goddamn Kia boys,
Yeah, the Kia boys got me though, but
all the way down here in Houston.
I mean they couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't get the thing down to like actually steal my car, which was a blessing. So hey, whatever. Because this white woman, she had a family car that was a Kia, and she was about to drive 2 towns over, like an hour and a half away, to see her family with her
Hmm.
baby, and they took her car. Like two people' car got stolen, but mine didn't. So I'm thankful that they didn't get away with my car, but that did set me back financially.
Yeah,
So it is what it is, though.
financial setbacks are gonna happen. She talked about her financial setback with her car. I went through some financial setbacks as well, but it's all about perspective.
Do you want to tell them about the
Mm,
financial setbacks?
nah, not too much. Just know I had to spend more money. I just had to spend money that I wasn't planning on spending, or use money that I wasn't planning on using, but it was for a very good reason. Um, I like as a man, there's certain responsibilities that you have to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Take care of family members, take care of
Yeah.
your partner, anything like that. If they and I pride myself on being able to be there for people when they need me, because I've watched my grandpa do that my whole life when it comes to my grandma, my mom, my family members, me, my little sister, and everything like that. And I just feel like it's important, especially when you're pretty good financially. Like if someone needs your help, especially if it's a family member or something like that, then
It's an
it's an
obligation.
obligation. I mean, yeah,
It
it's an
is. It
obligation.
is
It's an
because
obligation to be able to
if
do it.
they've put if they've like literally given a lot of themselves to you throughout your entire existence without you having to ask,
Hmm.
or you just telling, because it'll be times where I'm just talking to my grandma. Seriously, I'm just talking to her and I'm telling her about just life
Hmm.
in general, and she'd be like, "Oh, do you want me to say?" No, I don't want you to send me nothing. I'm just talking to you about like how I'm doing, and then that will come with financial setbacks, but you know they want to help. They always
Hmm.
want to help because they, probably didn't get help when they was younger. You know,
Hmm.
my
Yeah.
I know for one thing, my grandma had to grind from literally 6 feet under to where she is now and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like she had to do a lot on her own. So I admire that she wanted to help so much and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely an obligation. It's more of an obligation for the men, but I also put that obligation on myself as well to try and help as much as I can. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, because I mean, once I reach this certain goal that I have in mind, Rosanna, Rosanna,
Chill out, bro.
whatever, I might let her outside. But once I reach a certain like goal for myself, I do plan on giving my mama and my grandma some money back and stuff. Like I can't repay everything that they've done, but I did want to give them something, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
just say thank you and give them some, like leave them of
Yeah.
whatever they need.
So since that setback, the one thing I really like about this 12-week goal is that each goal that you have, whether it be financial, personal, stuff like that, you have different.
Excuse me.
Bruh. One of the things of being a cat owner, they do shit just randomly.
A cat's parent.
Cat parent. She's a cat parent. I'm the cat
Owner.
tolerator.
Tolerator, yeah.
I tolerate her. But the thing about, so back to what I was saying, the good thing about these 12-week goals, what I really liked was the tactics that you have to do, because what is a goal without action? It's just nothing, basically. It's a dream. So the thing that we have on our tactics is the stuff that we can realistically do on a daily or a weekly. So like for an example, for my spiritual and my physical, I got at least spend 5 minutes to sit back and just be thankful. And a lot of people think that's like an easy thing to do, but ask yourself, what was the last time you just sat back for 5 minutes and just sat back and just really was just thankful for the situation, the money that you're in, and just everything. Like, because it helps you reset, because everybody could, it's always going to be a worse situation. It could always be worse. Even when you feel like it can never be worse, it can always be worse. And that's something that we can't really take for granted, especially like from the past of everything that I went through, everything that she's went through. It could always be worse.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I really wanted to be able to do, is be able to just sit and be thankful for everything, just because last year we weren't in this situation. 2 years ago we weren't in this situation.
Man,
You know what
two
I'm
years ago
saying?
we was thugging it out
2 years ago we were slugging it
in
out.
in his bedroom. Mostly his bedroom because of just things going on in my family that I didn't want to be around and stuff. But
And that in turn also like helped me mentally, because when you're growing up like in your 20s and you're thinking about like what I said earlier about different avenues and stuff like that, you get anxiety with that, because you kind of feel like you're like on shaky ground. You don't know where to go, just the unknown. And being able to sit back 5 minutes every day and just give thanks for where I'm at right now just gives you a chance to like be grounded more, and just understand that you're doing okay,
yeah,
and you're in a very good spot. So it kind of helps you, get rid of that anxiety and stuff like that. So that's one of the tactics that I have that I
yeah.
really liked about the 12-week goals. Was like, what? Yeah.
Oh, let me pull it up because
While she's pulling that up, I would just talk about one more thing, because I also train as well, fighting, and I do a lot of like weightlifting and stuff like that. So I try to make sure that my body is active. So uh, I make sure this, these couple weeks, these past couple weeks, I make sure I at least go to the gym twice. I at least go to training twice. If I can't go to training twice based on like my schedule and stuff like that, I at least want to be able to go once a week and at least go to the gym at least twice a week. So I'm at least doing something active as far as like physical with my weightlifting and my training at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times out of the 7 days, I'm doing that, and that is progress, because you're consistent with some type of physical. Now, will I want to do more? Yes, but my gym is like an hour away. My schedule when it comes to work and stuff like that varies, so it's just depending on that as well. And the gym right now in our apartment complex is supposed to be 24 hours, but it's not 24 hours. So you got to get there before a certain time to be able to actually use it. So it's really dependent on my schedule, on how everything works, and then you just fit yourself around that. And that's what I've been doing. So I'm proud of myself on being able to at least do 3 to 4 times a week of doing training and working out.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
I have everything up down. Thank
Okay.
you. So one of my tactics for losing 5 to 6 pounds in 3 months was um, cutting out fast food entirely, and that was going to be each week type of thing. So with the tactics, you put however many. Well, they try. You don't want to do too much. So let's say you have 5 tactics for like your goal. You're going to have a due date for that. It can be every week. It can be every other week, or it can be week one. So my week one for losing the 5 to 6 pounds was list different exercises for each body type so I can build a routine. Or so when I'm at the gym, I could just look at the list and be like, I'm already in this area, or I'm already using this machine. I can use this for a whole different exercise and stuff, you know? It's just coming into the gym with a plan, because a lot of times, sometimes I go in there and I don't really know what I want to do. And then I use like an old workout guide that I got from like my old trainer in St. Louis, but I don't really like it too much anymore because it just seems repetitive. Um, and it's only repetitive because I've done it in the past, like plenty of times and stuff. And then again, the other goal, and yes, like I said, that was week one. And then the other goal of 5 was cut out fast food, and that was for each week. So each week I was doing that. And I can honestly say that throughout my 12-week journey or 12-week goal, because it's not done yet. It's going to be done the first week of May, I believe. I can't remember.
Oh, it's been 12 weeks that fast already?
Yes. It's literally about the...
No, first quarter, shit, yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh. Because we started in the middle of the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's... Yeah. Anyways. What
the fuck is time?
What is time?
Time is... What is time?
Seriously, that's a question that needs to be answered. Well, it's been answered, but we'll probably get into that in a whole different vlog. Podcast and stuff. But within the 12 weeks and stuff, I can honestly say that like I did fall off on the physical and spiritual aspect of my journey. Now, one thing I did cut out fast food. I haven't eaten out and stuff like that. And I will say the exception to this rule is restaurants. So like if we go on a date night or we're meeting up with friends and stuff like that, that's not considered fast food.
Yeah, I don't consider that fast food anyway.
Yeah. So, but I can honestly say that I did do a really good job at not sitting in Culver's line, going to, any of these places and stuff like that. Thank goodness. But I did stop going to the gym, and I was not counting my calories, which that can be controversial because I don't really need to count calories. I just need to eat better, like completely clean. One of my other, and then the spiritual aspect of my goal, I kind of fell off on that too. But the reason for that is, and this also ties in with me going to the gym. My third goal was to save $3,000, and I feel like me being me and needing to get out of this like habit that I have. Whenever I focus on money, I end up falling short on the physical. I end up falling short on myself, and I put myself on the back burner for the money, and that's bad. That's a really, really bad habit to have stuck on you, because I was putting in extra hours at work to get overtime, so that way I can get closer to my savings goal. But at what cost? Like, yeah, I'm going to surpass my money goal and stuff like that in May, but at what cost? The cost is that my mind is not together. I have not been journaling. I haven't been meditating, stretching, and I have not been going to the gym. Granted, I have been cooking at home and haven't really been going out to eat, so that's great.
Yeah, we definitely eat good in this motherfucking house.
Man, because I like both can cook. Things. Yes.
We both can motherfucking cook. We can cook better. Nah, she cook better than
me. You think so? I think I just cook more than you. That's the thing. Because you make
that's a good question.
Because I don't think it's a real difference. Like we both make good ass dishes.
She can bake. I can't bake. I feel like that's the biggest difference. She can bake something. Like she made that chocolate chip banana bread one time, and then some other stuff. I don't like baking because you got to be too precise.
Yeah.
And everything like that. But yeah, I think we about
neck and neck.
We about neck and neck when it comes to food. But yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. But no, we do eat good here. I know that I can throw down, and I know he can throw down. So it kind of like makes going out to eat like pointless if we can just make something really good here and stuff. But yeah, I will definitely say that I fell short on the physical and mental aspect of like my goals and stuff, because I was waking up 2 hours earlier than my actual schedule for work and doing overtime. Um, and I did say I wanted to do at least 3 hours extra every pay period, but then 3 hours kind of turned into 6 hours because I wanted the extra money, and it did look good when that paycheck came in, um, because every paycheck I've been able to put away $600 to $700, and this is the way I was saving back at home in St. Louis, like when I didn't have rent and nothing and stuff. But now I have rent and I have all these other responsibilities, but somehow, some way, I still managed to be able to save $600 to $700 every pay period. So I can honestly say that I am still thankful for how I've like navigated throughout this 12-week journey and stuff. But I do know that like the next one needs to be focused on like my mind more so,
Yeah.
because I do want to lose weight. I do want to feel good again and not feel sluggish or puffy, and be confident, fully confident in myself and stuff, again. Um, and I want to, this is the time to get your body right now, like when you don't have any, when you're not pregnant and when you're young, because when you get older, you
That shit
already want to
stick,
have
boy.
habits set in stone for you to stretch, for you to work out, because a lot of diseases and a lot of like really crippling things that happen during old age is because your spine is not flexible and because your muscles are tight. But if you focus on getting those things right in your young ages and you keep that habit up, you will live a very fulfilling older life. And I saw a video recently online of this 80, no, he wasn't 80, he was like 72 or something like that. The 72-year-old white man who literally is like, he's not buff, but you saw his muscles through his skin. Like the man is in shape. He literally did a whole hike with his family, like overseas and stuff like that. And he didn't need a wheelchair, he didn't need no cane. The man was good. He held his own, and that's my goal.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
To expand on that aspect of her, I re- I really told her, like, one thing I told her is like, the thing that I want the most from you is to focus on you and not to focus on the financial side as much, because we're in a situation where we can depend on each other on the financial end,
Yeah.
as far as like bills and stuff like that. I mean, we split the rent, and she pays for her phone right now, and her car insurance. Everything else pretty much I cover, as far as like the Wi-Fi, the
Energy.
energy, the my
Yeah.
my people's phone bills, my phone bill, and car insurance and stuff like that. So I try to like alleviate a lot of financial burdens on her.
And you do a great job at that.
Yeah, and it's gonna be soon. Once she pays off her phone, she's gonna get on my phone account too. So that's gonna be another bill that she doesn't have to pay. Like
Thankfully.
that's what I'm working on now.
Yeah.
Financially, I think you have to build up to be able to, as a man, be all the way 100% on paying everything. It's hard to go from like 0 to 100 on everything as
Yeah.
far as bills and stuff like that. So I'm building up to that. I'm it's gonna, because like that's the goal for me, because my grandpa does that. He pays for it, and then my grandma with the money that she saves, she does whatever with that. She pays may like a bill here or there, or do like the groceries and stuff like that. But for pretty much my grandpa, he's he pay he take care of his family, he take care of his wife, and that's something that I value. So with that, right now we're in a space where she doesn't really have to worry about finances and stuff like that. I really want her to just focus on her, focus
Yeah.
on her growth, and focus on her, and just being just like a better version of herself. And that's the most important thing, because right now everyone really cares about, that's the number one question. Should you go 50-50 in a relationship and stuff like that, financially, and should the man pay all the bills and
Hmm.
all like that? I feel like 50-50 is good right now when you're building, when it comes to rent and stuff like that. But as time goes on, the man should be providing
Hmm.
100%. That's what
Yeah.
I think. That's my personal opinion. So right now, I feel like, what am I, like 75, 80%?
Yeah.
I'm at like 75, 80%. It's gonna be at 100% about
I
like a
mean,
year or
I
two.
personally just like, and that's great. And I'm really glad you've given me the space to grow as a woman and like just into myself and stuff. But that's the thing that I need to properly stop. Like this next 3 month year, I will not be doing any overtime. I will just save however much I can save with my regular stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I need in order. I need as much sleep and as much like time to myself as I can in order to like be that better person that I need for myself and that we need for our relationship and whatnot. So that's what I'll do differently, because growing up with and he has that experience too, growing up with a mother who is a single parent and doing everything on her own. And sometimes that has happened within marriages. You can be a single mother in a marriage. I've seen that. He's seen that. And automatically a lot of the burden is on the woman. But outside of my mother being married, she was single for a very long time and was doing it all by herself. And so I think that has stuck with me. And so like I try to like have my own so much and not have to rely on him, but I have to rely on him because he's here for that. And he said that many, 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 many times. And I just ain't listening, to be honest. But this next 3-month year, that will be the focus. The focus will be my mind, body, and spirit, especially because it's Megan Thee Stallion concert coming up, and I need to be looking my best for myself.
For the Meg Challenge?
Yeah, I ain't going to be doing the Meg Challenge and posting it, but I told myself that when I go to this concert, I want to feel good, and I don't want to have to buy like a bigger size or something.
And if you want to dig deeper into that, just going back to what you were saying earlier, at what cost? You know what I'm saying? You're worrying about the finances so much, you're not focusing on yourself and your development. And if you think about that's probably the most expensive thing. Like worrying about like having your mind worry about money over your own personal growth, personal development. That's probably the most expensive thing. That probably, it doesn't cost any type of money, but it probably costs you.
It can cost you everything,
more.
yeah.
It can cost you a lot more than any type of bill, any type of payment, any type of anything like that. Because who are you with the money? Who are you without the money? You know what I'm saying? If you got it, who are you? What type of person are you? You can't answer that.
I'm not gonna lie, you can live a better life with money because there's a lot more you can explore. There's a lot like you can take time off to like really dive deep into hobbies and stuff like that. But you have to change first. The money's not going to change you, and if it, and a lot of times it does. But
money would change you if you don't know who you are.
Yeah, the money gonna change you if you don't know who you are. But that's why it's important for you to get your mind right and be happy with yourself and know how to do things without money. Because when you get money, then you won't be stupid with it, basically.
And it kind of goes into also like cultural upbringings. Like we are black. I'm a black man. She's a black woman. We don't have the luxury in our 20s to be able to explore and like not worry about money. Like, well, we do now, but we never did have, like, our parents didn't, our grandparents never had the luxury to be able to just like spend their 20s exploring, figuring out who they are, what they like, what type of avenue they want to do. It's always about being able to provide. And now it's more than ever being able to stunt on people and stuff like that and just show how much money you have and everything like that. People like walk around with their pockets and telling people how much they like. It's so different now, but it's actually like a blessing, and like it's a blessing to be able to have the chance to explore and do different things. And that's, I feel like, something that I value. And with these 12-week goals, I feel like that's something that I definitely took into account, especially like being different, like having interesting, like what you said, with your hobbies, like doing different shit.
Yes.
Like with my piano, I haven't touched my piano in a minute. That's the one thing I would say I haven't done in a minute. I'm like, it takes a lot of courage to say that, because I could lie and be like I be doing my piano all the time. I don't, but I did around the Christmas time when we got it for our anniversaries. The piano is definitely something that I was doing a lot. I'm gonna get back into it because it's always there. You know what I'm saying? I can always get back to it. Reading, definitely doing reading. You didn't even talk about your books that you've been reading.
Yeah,
she be reading books and stuff like that. Like stuff like that. Like it don't have to be nothing centered around money, just something growth. Because a couple years before we even moved to Houston, that's all I was worried about. That's all I feel like we were worried about, focused on, was saving and money. Like that burnt me out. No lie. That burnt me out. Like just being in that mindset, not only having to like work my 2 jobs, do stuff on the side with the vending machine and everything, like not only having to do that and having to like go straight from one job to the next, literally clocking out of one, driving to the next one, clocking back in, and doing that shit day after day. It's actually mentally having to keep yourself focused on that. Like I can do that. That's me. Like I feel good being focused, but after a certain amount of time, bro, you focus so much on money, you're not even worried. Like I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even focus on myself.
And we wasn't focused on our relationship either.
Yeah, so we knew what was gonna happen. We knew what we were gonna sacrifice when we were doing this, and that was a good thing about a relationship because we had that conversation, and we knew like, hey, we probably. I told her like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to really have time to like nurture our relationship. But good thing we was already in a good spot. We've been together for about like
4 years
3-4 years
at
at that point. We knew each other, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like we weren't able to see each other because she was damn near staying with us. And if she went over there, I'll go over to her house or whatever. So it wasn't like we weren't able to see each other. It was just we weren't able to spend a lot of our time with each other because a lot of my time was
I
shit
mean,
working.
I was doing
Working, and she
doubles
was
at
doing doubles
Sephora.
too, and at Sephora and stuff like that. So I mean, we just had to make that sacrifice because I mean, in order to progress and move on to better and be better and achieve your goals, you're gonna have to make some type of sacrifice.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you have to like say goodbye to certain things that that you may like. So like date night, we had to say goodbye to going to date night as much. But we still had to make sure we did so we could still have some time together.
Something, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we had to say goodbye to that. And we had to say goodbye to, like going out. Like her friends were always like either, going out somewhere or stuff like that. She had to say
Some way they were spending somehow, some way they found a way to spend some money.
yeah.
But
And
thankfully, my friend Deanna, she the biggest cheap. Like she ain't cheap, but she the biggest. I ain't spending money today or the rest of this week type of person, and she ain't budging. She is Sag, so
mhm.
it's like that. So it was easy actually for the friend group to like not to respect that and be okay. So yeah, but
Okay.
I think you should go into like your 12 week and how that was for you and where you fell short.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would you grade your 12 week right now?
Oh,
What would
so
you give yourself? What grade?
I would definitely give myself a D. Yeah, just being honest, like yeah, I did a little bit of work and stuff. But I mean, let me give myself some credit. I did some work. I am about to surpass my $3,000 goal for 3 months and be at $4,000. I'm about to be at 10K before 6 months of this year is out, is done
Mm-hmm.
with and stuff. So I will say I did good with that. I did good with so many different things, but the things that are really most important to me, which is like my confidence in my body and my health, I fell so short on that. So I would definitely give myself a D plus.
Yeah, I think I'll give myself a B minus.
Yeah, you're doing real good.
I think I said I'll give myself a B minus.
Literally,
Um,
the sexiest thing to me is him sticking to this to the point where like before he'll be in the bed ready to go to sleep, he'd be like, "Oh dang, I didn't pray or I didn't do my push-ups," and then he'll get out of bed, do his push-ups, and then pray. Like that is the most attractive thing. I love seeing that. To
mhm.
be honest.
Yeah, so sometimes I don't do it at night because I did it in the gym. So I
Mm-hmm.
count that as my push-ups for the day when I do it in the gym. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure I hit my stuff in the gym. So that that keeps me centered. It keeps me centered, being able to activate my body and then pray. Because what this 12-week goal did for me as well is to help me get back to the person who I kind of was like a year before I left Mizzou. And that was kind of when we were not together, actually. When we weren't together and we were
Yeah.
single, I was really super hyper focused on my body. I was doing training, I was doing hot yoga, I was going to the gym, I was eating like super strict, and I was praying a lot. And that's when I felt like the physical aspect of myself be whole. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I felt most like myself. So that aspect of myself, and then the spiritual aspect of myself, being able to pray and just uh, cover the people around me. Because when I'm praying, I'm not just praying for myself. I pray for everyone. I pray for my family, my friends. And I also pray for people who don't need it. I mean, not people who need it, who don't have someone praying for them. I generally just, at the end, like, yeah, and I also pray for the same for for the people that need someone praying for them, but probably don't have no one praying for them. So they got somebody now. So that is also because that's a part of me, even if I'm not the most religious as far as like going to church every Sunday and stuff like that. Spiritually, I'm connected, and spiritually, I still care about not just myself but everyone around me as well. So I wanted to tap into that more because there was a time where I wasn't doing that, and I just didn't feel like myself. And another thing was from my intellectual side, like I said, not a lot of people would know me or would know what I do and what I like. But I used to listen to a lot of speeches. I used to read a lot of books and stuff like that, and that really like enhanced myself, my thoughts, my opinions on things. And I just felt like I'm an intellectual. I'm a philosopher. In my head, I'm a philosopher. Like we could have a discussion about any type of philosophy, any type of like controversy as far as like living, anything. We have a great conversation about that because I feel like I have insight when it comes to things like that. So listen to speeches, read my book. I haven't read the book that I started this week at any point, but I have been reading that book and stuff like that. And I want her to talk about the book that she's been reading because she's been way better at reading and stuff like that than I have.
Well, I will say that I haven't really been reading. I've been listening to the books, and I'm not going to fake it. I love listening to the books because you can be cooking or doing something and still like really be in touch with it and stuff. And sometimes when I'm driving, I don't listen to music. I either ride in silence or I listen to that audiobook. And it's so good. I'm listening to Legendborn, yes, with Brianna. Her name is Bree. And you have Sale and Nick. I'm not going to get into the book and stuff because y'all should definitely listen to it or read it yourself. But once I'm done with the book, I definitely plan on buying the hard copy because it's just that good. And it's mature. It's about Black people and fantasy. It's a Black fantasy book and stuff. But the main focus is on Brianna, this Black girl who has magical abilities and she doesn't know where they come from and stuff. And I think that's so important to have like a variety of just different type of books because I do read a lot of scientific articles about herbs and a lot of articles like about our country and laws and stuff like that, consumer law. Like I'm really, really interested in consumer law because I just want to learn how to like live freely pretty much. And so I was like, with this book, it's not going to be anything that I'm going to learn anything from. It's just going to be purely for my enjoyment, and that it is. And I have a list of like different audiobooks on Audible that I'm excited to read, and I don't have to pay for them right now. Like I get a credit every single month because I buy Amazon Prime for the entire year. And I have, when I finally started using it, I have 5 credits and I was just buying books and stuff. So yeah, it's been great. And I think the reason why he probably hasn't read his book that much is because it's a little immature to an extent. Like it's about Black fantasy, but
no, they Latino.
Oh, the Latino. Well, they're minorities. They're people of color. But it's more modern and it's about like a little childish, just a little bit, just because it brings in gaming and social media and stuff like that. I honestly think that's the worst thing that any book can like do, to be honest. I mean, if you're trying to appeal to a certain generation, like a certain crowd, great. But I think trying to bring like social media and like monitors, I can't say the word, modernization into a book is like a little too much. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's a good book. I'm gonna finish it because I started, and I don't like to start something and not finish it. So I'm gonna finish it just because I started. But it's definitely for not where I'm at right now in my life.
Yeah,
it's definitely not for me right now. But I mean, it's still a good story. It's about it's science fiction and everything like that. It's still a good book. I wanted to do something different than what I usually read because I usually read like self-help or like millionaire, like
we
money
have a lot
type
of self-help
like
books.
that. I wasn't trying to do that again. I'm trying to do something with a story, characters, you know what I'm saying, a plot, and everything that add antagonist, protagonist. I wanted something like that. So that's why I got these couple books I did. I'm excited about the next book that I'm gonna read after that. But Is there anything else you wanted to add as far as the 12-week goes?
Well, I was just gonna say my last piece about the book, and then we can move on to the next thing. But I have a very vivid imagination. So like this book does help me like play a movie in my head. Like sometimes like the moment I'm reading something, I am envisioning it in detail as I'm reading it and stuff. So that's another reason why I really like the books that I've been reading, because it kind of like sorry if I'm saying like a lot. I need to really stop using that. But it helps me just utilize like my brain a lot more and just be more creative and stuff. So yeah, it's really good. Y'all should definitely listen to it or read it if you have time.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on, introduce a new segment that you're gonna be see, later on in different shows and episodes and stuff like that, called Versus. So Versus, what that basically is, we're gonna put two things together. It could be anything. It could be music, food, lifestyle, situations, anything like that. And then we're gonna just choose which one we think is gonna win. So we got a couple of them. We're just gonna do a little test run. Next time we introduce it, we're probably gonna have a little bit more, but right now we're just gonna do these two. Mm-hmm. And the question is, this is for us two to answer.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight between Finn Mertens and number one from Next Door? Now, for those who don't know who Finn Mertens is, if you don't know who Finn Mertens is, I'm sorry, because that means you're just not cultured.
If you don't know who Finn Mertens, that's a very recent show. But if you don't know who number one is,
they probably know who number one is, but they probably don't know, because a lot of people,
you don't think they watch?
Surprisingly, probably don't like watch. Well, probably never have watched or seen a little bit or followed Adventure Time. Adventure Time is one of the best cartoon shows ever created, ever. And I'm a big cartoon guy. She actually put me on Adventure Time and another cartoon that was like legendary. I thought I was big on cartoons, and the fact that
what's the other one you talking about? That
regular show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I thought I was big on cartoons because I used to watch Cartoon Network. I was not a Disney Channel guy. I watched a little bit of Nickelodeon, but I was mostly Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
Disney Channel wasn't really my thing. So,
and
the fact that these two shows were on Cartoon Network, they came out when I stopped watching cartoons. I thought I was too cool for school and stuff like that. I wasn't really caring about that.
I love cartoons. I don't care what nobody say. I pick a cartoon over a real like live action TV show any day.
But Google Finn Mertens. If you haven't watched Adventure Time,
watch it.
Watch it. If you say you don't got time, the perfect time to watch Adventure Time is like on Saturdays in the mornings or Sunday on the weekends in the mornings when you're chilling. You just want something goofy to watch. It's a great show.
It's great.
One of the best cartoons.
But keep your mind open, because they show a lot in there about religion and spirituality, but you gotta pay attention to it, because it's like little gems thrown in there. But do you want to answer that question first?
I'm rocking with Finn every day of the week.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason because number one, now he cold.
He's a leader. Smart too.
He's smart. He's a leader, he's smart, and you know what I'm saying? He gets the job done. But the difference between him and Finn is that Finn is low-key crazy.
Yes.
Finn is low-key. Finn is
willing to die.
He is willing to put it all on the line.
Yeah.
And there's no bullshit with that. Like he'll go to the extreme with you. And if he's like super focused and has a goal,
mm-hmm.
he will achieve that goal no matter what's in front of him. He doesn't have he has some fears, but he's basically fearless.
And he's willing, like seriously, he's willing to die for what he cares about and stuff. And that is the true difference of him and number one, because
they're both superheroes.
Yeah.
Well, heroes.
They both been out of space. They both fight monsters and crazy adults and stuff like that. But the key difference is their mental state. And Finn has a couple screws loose.
Yeah, he'll put it all out on the line. And there's something to say about you being the only human in the whole world, and like you just like being there and being cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Having to deal with like Kids Next Door, the show, is like very fantasy. Like they have different like headquarters, stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. But Adventure Time is a different level of fantasy. Like you got wizards, you got gods, you got the cosmic like beings, cosmic
Yeah.
jails and stuff like that he's dealing with. Like this dude Finn is going up against a whole different breed of everything.
And
Like
he's a human. He
he's a
doesn't
human.
have
He's the
any.
last human on the
Yeah.
world. Well, not the last human, but from what he knows, he's the only human in the world. So he just goes through a lot. And he's like he's if you want a superhero, that's who you want because he's loyal, compassionate, and he's gonna do the right thing. He's not gonna. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah. So
Uh,
in a fight, Finn.
definitely them. So when it comes to
But low key, they both like fighting wise. If they was throwing them, they both like probably even when it
Yeah.
comes to that. They both even when it comes to that. But the thing is,
But I think
Finn
Finn's
will kill you.
mind or Finn's mental will freak out, number one, to the point where he'd be like,
they'd be like,
huh?
"Do it, bro." You know,
What?
no, he'll kill.
Yeah.
He'll kill number one for sure.
Yeah.
He'll kill him. And number one, he probably don't got it in him to kill somebody, but Finn would.
definitely
Kill.
not.
Finn killed himself in a show.
Yeah.
He killed himself, and that's crazy because I had a dream about. Remember I told you about
Yeah,
that dream I had
yeah.
when I was.
But that was also your wait, no, that was your dream. Yep. And that messed you up too.
It messed me up, and it messed.
And it messed Finn up in that dream.
I
So
understand, but that shit was real. So I'm going Finn. Who you going?
I'm definitely doing Finn.
Going
I'm
Finn?
not saying no number one.
Flawless victory.
I agree completely. I can't for the sake of the show just say number one just because it's the opposite. Nah,
Okay.
definitely.
All
But
right.
as far as who would build a better spaceship, Jimmy Neutron or Dexter, I'm gonna answer this first. I think Dexter would do a lot better, just because Dexter is more. Jimmy Neutron's more resourceful. He can turn anything to a ship, but for quality and making sure like all things are checked off as far as what you need, realistically, not just cartoon, because I know it's a cartoon, but I'm thinking realistic because he's a real scientist. I think he would hit the mark a lot better. I think he would build a NASA type of rocket ship type
Yeah.
shit.
Like, I agree. Jimmy Neutron is definitely more resourceful, but Dexter is more technical.
Yeah.
His lab is like
high tech, like
high tech.
real.
Now Jimmy has a nice lab too, but it's not like Dexter's.
Jimmy
You know
be
what I'm
making
saying?
shit out of like remotes and old carnival rides, and
Which I think
Stuff like
is
that.
more impressive
it is.
because say you don't get like say you just put Dexter somewhere and tell him to build something. Maybe if you tell them both, all right, y'all in a hardware store or something like that, y'all have to build something. Jimmy will probably beat him because he'll just put stuff together. But say like, all right, y'all both in your own labs and stuff like that, and y'all have to build like a top
Yeah.
notch. Dexter
Dexter will have
probably
him
gonna
beat.
beat him. Yeah.
But I
And
do like
respect to Dexter.
your idea. If you was to literally put them, not even a hardware store. I feel like if you was to put them in a fucking like a Walmart, put them in a Walmart or a Target and see who come out with a better like ship. Jimmy might have him beat, definitely. But Dexter, if we're doing their own labs, he definitely will have them beat. I don't know where that man get all his money to be having all these.
I don't know.
But it's a cartoon,
and
so,
shit. So
whatever. We're not gonna
ask
think
too
too
many
hard about it.
questions when it
Too
comes
many
to
questions that are
cartoons.
unanswered.
But yeah, they're both geniuses. They're both, in their own right, smart as fuck. But I'm gonna have to go with
Flawless victory.
the solid. Didn't he create Mojo Jojo? Am I tripping?
No, that was the professor who created Jojo.
No, he created some monkey.
It wasn't
Dexter.
Mojo
It
Jojo.
wasn't Mojo. Okay. I'm mixing up my cartoons.
Yes, you are.
All right, so that's the only two we got right now. Next time it won't be just cartoon based, but I love cartoons. She loves cartoons. I just thought it would be good for that one.
And I'll just throw this in here. Fun fact: the reason why I love cartoons so much is because when my grandpa was still alive, Papa Malik, my mom's stepdad, that's all he watched. He didn't watch no real TV shows, and he had a bunch of like tapes, VHSs, and DVDs of just cartoons, and that's all I would watch with him. That was our quality time.
To an extent, I understand. Like I have to have my other TV shows, like my Game of Thrones. I have to have my BMFs. The all the other animated shows, and not animated those two, but I have to have those. But I can see why someone would probably watch cartoons the whole time, because cartoons is like it's a comforting
Yeah, it's
thing
very
that comes
comforting.
with it. It gives you comfort. It gives you ease. It puts me at peace. It puts my mind at peace. If I put Adventure Time on right now and just chill out, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally. So that's the reason why. And I'll probably be the same way when I have kids. We'll just mostly watch cartoons.
For sure. I'm watching cartoons. Like
Yeah.
I would watch it if we didn't have kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But definitely, and we have to make sure to introduce them to the right cartoons, because there are some trash cartoons out here.
And there's some cartoons out here that got some extra shit in it, some nasty stuff in it, subliminally. So
yeah,
you gotta pay attention to what your kids.
Well, they all got some. You know, looking back on SpongeBob, that shit was crazy. How many subliminals?
And Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain.
Or wait, no, not them. What's the
Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah, them.
Ren and Stimpy.
Them mugs was nasty.
One day later.
All right, you guys, we're back from a brief intermission.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, it's the next day. And we got our hair. Well, he got his hair done. I did my hair, and we're just gonna move forward with everything.
Yeah, I had a lactation appointment at the time we were shooting. She had stuff to do, but life.
But nonetheless, we're here. We didn't let too much time go by without finishing up our segments or finishing up our podcast with the last segment. So go ahead and introduce the segment again, babes.
All right. So this new segment that we're introducing is called 1 to 10. We may change that later on and maybe change something different, but
make it a little bit more, fancier name or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing that me and my baby do every time we try something new or go somewhere, like a movie, song, food, anything, we always ask each other, what would we rate it from 1 to 10? And we give our reviews and stuff like that. So this version of 1 to 10 today is going to be, we're going to rate all the places that we've been to so far since we've been in Houston. So all these places are Houston places. All these places that we've been to have been new. We have tried it out and see what we like about it. So we're gonna really hit our Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, yeah.
We're gonna hit our Keith Lee.
Put some respect on him.
We tried it. I'm gonna rate it 1 to 10. All right. So first off is Bell Station.
And Bell Station was the place we went to for my sister's birthday. Mm-hmm. And it was a bar type of like hookah lounge, that kind
type of joint.
Yeah. I personally will rate that a 5 because the food was okay. Don't get me wrong. But we had got this tower for our drink and it had a freaking hair in it. And instead of like the woman replacing it altogether, like granted we got a free one and stuff, but like she didn't even like try and come out and replace it. Like, so we had to like just let it sit there and wait on the next one to come. And she didn't take it off our table or nothing. And the table was already mad small. Like, what the fuck, So definitely a 5.
I forgot what neighborhood it was in. The vibes.
It was downtown,
nice.
Like Midtown. Midtown. I'd say
the vibes were nice. Everything was cool, but the sections weren't as clean as I thought they was gonna be for what the price was they was talking about.
Yeah, it seems it looks sticky. Like it, like when you walk in. So granted, we got there at a good time, so we was able to get a nice little table outside, not in the heat. But when you walk in and you look at it, it looks like it's sticky.
What number you gave it?
A 5.
I'll be nice and give it a 6. I'll be nice and give it a 6.
That's what I was originally gonna give, but then I remember that freaking hair, and then we drank half of it.
Yeah.
And then we saw the freaking hair. So no, sanitation is big.
All right, next one, Chamagaucha. That is a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you went to.
That was a spot that I got referred to or suggested to. It's a all you can eat. It's basically like they walk around with the meat on the thing. You walk
on
around
the sword.
On the sword, you tell them how many you want, how you want to cut, and stuff like that. I've been to a Brazilian steakhouse like that before back in St. Louis, but this is like more upscale Brazilian steakhouse where you had your little salad bar, lobster bisque, your fried plantain, cheese, whatever. It was a lot of stuff that you could have, and we had the meat was seasoned to perfection. Every time I got the perfect cut, and bro, you really, what I'm saying, you really get full in there.
Yeah, it's one of those places where you have to. I don't know if like not eating at all and then going there is the best thing because like sometimes if you starve yourself and then you eat, like you get full really fast. So like start your day with a nice light meal, maybe a smoothie to get your stomach coated, you know what I'm saying, primed, must you say, and then go in there and go ham. The downside is they don't allow you to have takeout, but you're not gonna tell me what the fuck I can do.
Yeah.
So I had some motherfucking takeout, and that's the reason why I give it a 10 out of 10, because I didn't give a fuck what that rule said. I brought my glass Tupperware in my bag. That big, women, we good for having
Ghetto.
women, we good for having
Ghetto.
them big bags and stuff. So I use that to my advantage. Just I did.
Hey,
And
if she would have got caught, I don't know who she is.
man,
She ain't
whatever.
finna give
He
me-
talking all that mess, but was the main one asking for a shrimp and a piece of chicken and some, because I got 4 pieces of
Yeah.
shrimp,
If you gonna do it, you
3
might as
chicken
well.
wings, and a pretty decent cut of lamb chop.
Yeah, if you gonna do it, you might as well throw me in a little shirt.
No, you ain't gonna get.
you
I
ain't
mean,
finna
I
get
gave
me
my
banned from
baby.
this
I
spot
gave my
'cause I was-
baby something, but he over here was talking the most shit. But yeah,
Alright.
what's your rating?
I give it a 10. I liked it. I really
Yeah.
thought. They say there's a better spot than that, but since
Man.
this is probably the best spot we've been to since we've been here.
I would
in
say
my
the only
opinion.
thing I didn't like was like the fried cheese ball. Like, ugh, that was not good at all. But
liked
you don't come there for that. That's just like something to kind of get you primed up. But when everything was good.
All right, so moving on, we got Palapas, the tequila bar.
Mm-hmm.
That was right around the corner from, I think, Bell Station.
Yeah.
We went there after we went to Bell Station with your sister.
And
like
we
that.
also went there for Tana's birthday. Remember?
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
went there for her birthday.
So
I like tequila. The vibes were nice. I mean, it was cool.
I liked it too.
It was multiple levels, I think, right?
Yeah, it was hella levels. And then they have like a whole inner section, like inner, I don't know what to call it. But they had that part blocked off for whatever reason. I don't know why they had it blocked off when we went for Tana's birthday, but it still had 3 levels that you can walk up. And it is a little tight in there, I'm not gonna lie. But the 3 levels kind of make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
The drinks are good, the food is good too. I mean, it's bar food. You can't mess up wings and fries and mozzarella. I mean, you can. We've been places where they have messed it up, but they didn't mess it up.
Okay.
So
what'd you rate it?
I rated a solid 7, and 7 only because of the spacing. Because I feel like for a bar, it needs to have a little bit more room.
Okay,
But
I give
7.5. 7.5.
I give it a 7.5. I guess it really wasn't. The drink was okay. The one I had, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a bartender too, so I know what good tastes like. And what tastes like,
he be mixing.
And all right, so 7, and you put 7.5. Nice. All right, next up, Go Ape High Ropes. We talked about that a little bit already because we went over it with about your birthday when we talked about your birthday. But if you were to rate it, what would you rate it?
I'll rate that experience an 8.
What about the course?
Oh, the whole thing was an 8. It would have been a 9 had one of the courses not been shut down. But they did say that they were going to accommodate me and give me another, go at it for free, for the free ski. So that ain't bad. So you know what? I'll give it an 8 still, to be honest, because I had a good time. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't want to say I'm an adrenaline junkie, but I'm not scared of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I'm not. I think I'm kind of numb to like certain things. The only thing I'm scared of is childbirth. That's about it. But everything else, like if somebody, I'd be wondering why people be scared of stuff, because I'll just be like, man, if you don't just do that shit, just do it, and your mind will be out of it. If you just go for it. If you sit there for too long, then that's when you're gonna get scared, more and more scared. But yeah, that's what I give it.
All right, I'll give it I mean, I don't really like heights, so the whole time I was scared as fuck. I was just doing that shit because she wanted to, and it was her birthday, so I had to do it. So against my will, and if I had to give it something, probably I'll give it an 8. I mean, it was cool. I mean, I had no problem. If I liked that stuff, I would have probably rated it more. But it was cool. I was ready to get on the ground.
I think I would have rated more. Like I would have gave it a 9, and then it would have only had a point away because of one of the obstacle courses being gone. Because like to an extent, it wasn't Not to say it wasn't risky enough for me, but I mean, I was harnessed up. Like I knew nothing
I
was
mean,
gonna
you're gonna be
happen.
on a harness and everything.
Huh?
You're gonna be on a harness on anything.
I mean, yeah, I know that, but like I would have rathered it been like just a little higher. Like not a little higher, way higher,
That
basically.
damn crazy.
So
All right.
yeah.
Moving on to the Houston Dynamo versus St. Louis, the soccer game we went to. That was one of the first things we went to when we got
Yeah,
here.
because we've been saying we wanted to go soccer.
We was right there next to the field.
Yeah, we had some good tickets for decent prices.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you go on that one.
I'll give it about a 9. It was good. We had Trill Burgers there too.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Trill
good
Burgers
vibes. They
good.
was playing music the whole time. Maybe if it was a playoff game, it would have been a little bit more lit, but I had a good time.
I still had a good time. It's like soccer's very entertaining. I can see why a lot of people overseas like it because it really is fun. And I just hate that America don't really like. They're getting into it now, but before it wasn't a big sport. Like St. Louis just got a soccer team before we left, and we wanted to go to a game, but we didn't get a chance to. But our first game that we went to was with Houston against St. Louis, so that was just kind of full circle moment.
Yeah.
But I would give it I'd probably give it an 8.
Okay. All right. So this next spot that I went to, I've only been to.
Yeah, I ain't go there.
She hasn't been to there yet. She hasn't been there yet. But it's one of those, it's like a duck off spot in the 3rd ward in like the middle of like, if you wanted to think about what Houston is, how you visualize what Houston may be with the representation, just go to the spot on like a Friday or Saturday night and see what they be doing. They be like what they be calling swinging with their cars. They be having the rims that be coming out.
That's what that area was like.
Yeah. And then they had the trunks open with the and all type of shit in the
speakers,
trunk,
stereo and shit in it.
LED lights on the.
That's giving Atlanta.
And they was
old school Atlanta vibes.
No, that's more. Well, that's what they do in Houston. They be swinging side to side.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, that's like a Houston culture thing. So
okay.
They got that going on. It's free to get in that motherfucker. It's a 25 and under over club or 26, whatever. It's a 25 or 26 and over club.
Good, cause
free to get in that bitch. You can get hookah wherever. You can get hookah everywhere. The drinks is strong as fuck. Good price. Only thing is that bitch get hot. It get hot.
I mean, when you in a small place with a bunch of niggas,
it get
being
hot,
niggas,
boy.
of course.
But the good thing is you can walk out.
Make sure you
go to the next.
Nothing.
Make sure you walk out. Go to the next spot because there's a couple spots next door. It's like another bar and another spot next door. They had a food truck there and stuff like that. People who wanted to eat. It was good. Only thing is, too, you got to get patted down every time you go out and come back in. I mean, I get it, but
I get it.
After a certain amount of time, then you get tired of getting patted down. But it is what it is. I give it a nice 8.5, 9. That's a good spot. Like if you got some family members who like, what's a nice little spot? You know what I'm saying? That's cool, low key. I can feel Houston, the energy of Houston, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm just not downtown or anything like that. You can go to this spot. It's a good little spot. You know what I'm saying?
I might have to go there with you next time.
Next spot, Shoku Ramen.
So Shoku Ramen was one of the first places that we went to. Well, restaurants, I would say, like actual themed restaurants. It's a anime style restaurant. They play anime on the projection screen on a few walls, and when you go in there, granted they don't have sound. It's just like little light music and stuff, but they encourage you obviously to watch your own stuff. So whenever we go, we always have our headphones and we watch whatever show we want to watch. I really like that place. I'm not going to fake it. I give it a 10 out of 10 just because of the overall experience that you get. It is 24 hours, I think. No, I don't think it's 24 hours. I think it stays open till like 3 or 4 a.m. though. But it stays open very late. So it's like if you're partying in that, and it's in the downtown area too, like in the same area of Bell Station and Palapas and stuff. So it's all in that same area. So like, let's say you go to like somebody's club bar and you want something to eat outside of like the greasy food and stuff, you could go there because they do stay open very late. The food, they make it upon order. I got the shinigami, which is like a bowl of ramen, obviously, and then it comes with like this spicy paste. that you put in it, and it come with shrimp tempura, chicken, and you can do beef and stuff. But I opted out for chicken and stuff because yeah, and this is the first time I actually had mushrooms that I liked. They had like some type of purple crunchy mushrooms. It was really, really good. And all you needed was like the tiniest bit of that paste because I put too much in there the first time and almost passed out.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you did. You didn't even eat that motherfucker for the rest of the day.
yeah, no, I ate it the next day though.
Mhm.
When I realized that putting lemon in it kind of calmed down the spiciness, so I was able to eat it, afterwards. But they also had these shrimp pops, which was so good because sometimes I feel like when people make like shrimp pops or like mashed shrimp and coat it in bread, it's like a lot of bread on there, and you barely get any shrimp, but like it's mostly shrimp and the thinnest layer of the bready crunch, which is perfect. So like, yeah,
Okay.
10 out of 10.
All right. Well, I would rate it. I'll give it a 9 just because the last time I had it, the steak was real like tough.
Yeah,
It wasn't tender.
mm-hmm.
Everything else was good, but I had like the surf and turf ramen, so that had everything in it. But just if the strip of steak was like tender and not as chewy and tough as it was, it would have been 10 out of 10 for me. Maybe it was just a bad day.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go another day and try it. But the time I had it, the last time I had it, that's what it was. So.
I feel like it's one of the things where you gotta tell them, hey, cook my stuff medium.
Yeah, but I feel like you should know that with that type of that's thin as fuck. You shouldn't over. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Well, next time that's all I'll tell them, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is HEB, the grocery store, only known for. I guess it's only known for Texas. It may be other places, but yeah, HEB is the fucking truth.
It really is. Like it has everything. I need to see what type of fish they have, but when I tell you like meat wise, they got everything. Cause back in St. Louis, I have to go to like a specialty store like Sam's Club to get oxtails. No, they had oxtails there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made braised short ribs the white way, with the red wine, reduced red wine and stuff like that. And I had got a couple of them from Whole Foods, but then when I went to HEB, like during my grocery store run and stuff, I go to 3 different stores. I start at Whole Foods and then I make my way to Target, then HEB, and then go home. When I got to HEB, they had short ribs, which were thicker, more pieces, and less money. I had got like 3 for $20 at Whole Foods, and then when I got to HEB, it was like a 5-pack for $13.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, HEB is definitely cheaper because a pack of wings is like $11 to $14 here. Like back in St. Louis, you get a pack of wings for like $18, $19, $20, $21.
Don't even be that many in there, or they be tiny. So
I'll rate HEB.
Sometimes
I don't think they have anything that. I don't think they have anything that. I'm sorry. What you saying?
I was gonna say sometimes the prices do be a little because I be spending that. I feel like I spend the most money at HEB when I'm going grocery shopping for our house.
They got the most.
We do get the most stuff from there, yeah. So I guess you're right, but
I rated a 9 out of 10.
I do that too because it could look a little cleaner.
I ain't worried about that, but I think they don't have one thing that I'll be always looking for. They just don't be having it. But other than that, 9 out of 10. Yeah. HEB is good.
Oh yeah, and then they hot food be good, chicken salad, they sushi fire, like whatever they got going on, whatever they doing, they need to keep doing it.
All right, so next we have the Galleria Mall, and how many times I've been there? I think twice. How many times you been there?
Like 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Yeah, you've been there with friends.
I went there with your mama when we first got here, my friends, by myself, with you, a few times.
You go with Ashley and them too, right? That one time when we first got here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been there hella times. I only been there twice. I go there to go to a couple stores for like clothes and cologne. It's really nice. It's just weird how you have to get in, like the parking and how you get out of the parking to get into the actual mall and all that stuff. It's just weird. It's a little different. I had to go up like this weird little staircase to go up to the mall. But other than that, it's nice. It looked good in there. it's always, a lot of people in that motherfucker. So, I mean, the gallery mall, but the only thing too is downtown, so there's a whole bunch of traffic.
Always
Hate
traffic
the
when you
fucking
go into the
traffic.
mall, man.
All right, so I ain't had none of the food court food or nothing like that, so I don't know about the food court
Yes,
food.
you have. No, you
What we
haven't.
had?
No,
No,
you
we
haven't.
didn't.
No, you haven't.
But I rated about out of all the malls I've been to in my life, probably 8.5, 9. 8.5, 9.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I don't like. It's too much. Like to an extent, I feel like it's kind of overrated. To an extent, like don't get me wrong, it has high end, low end in there and
Yeah,
stuff,
everything you want.
but like it does have a lot in there. Don't get me wrong, but you can achieve the same thing just by going to a smaller mall. And we have don't say the name of the mall that's near us, by the way. We have a mall near us that's a decent size, not too far and stuff like that, and it has pretty much everything in there as well. And just because the mall is bigger don't necessarily mean it's going to have more that you necessarily like or that's like your style. So yeah.
All right, Honey Hole is that brunch spot we went to. It's kind of around the same neighborhood as the Galleria.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of close, real close to Whole Foods that we go to.
Yeah,
that you go to.
I thought that place was so good. I definitely
fire.
give it a 9.5.
What we have? I had a catfish.
Yeah, like a catfish grits or something like
catfish
that.
and grits, and then
I had a French toast meal.
I had something
and
else.
And some chicken.
So, yeah, it was all good.
Man, everything was good.
That shit was fire.
Fire.
It was good. Ambiance too. It was nice. It looked good in there. It wasn't a lot of people, but we probably went on a slow day.
Yeah, we went during the middle of the week because I had my colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Only saying that because I haven't tried everything, but I can go back and we'll try and see what else. Yeah. But Honey Hole, definitely suggested.
Good. Yeah.
What'd you say? What was your name?
I give it a 9.
9. Okay, 9.5. All right, Truth Barbecue.
Man,
I'm gonna let baby
that shit trash.
Tell her about that because she had a meal.
It is not that good. I've had
you sick. Your stomach hurt too.
Yeah,
right?
It kind of made me a little sick. I'm not gonna lie, but I've had way better barbecue in St. Louis. Like the brisket just has this weird taste to it, and the rib does. Like I don't know what they're it could be like some vinegar or something like that they're putting on it. I don't know, but it does not taste good. If you're ever in St. Louis or you're passing through, go to Sugarland. Sugar Fire. Yeah, go to Sugar Fire. When I tell you that is the best barbecue I have ever had, smoked wings, brisket just amazing. I tried, and ribs too. I tried the same thing from Truth. Truth had nothing on Sugar Fire, and I tried it twice. Because Chris Mama had some, and then I ate off of her, and I just thought it was a bad batch, and then I went myself. Not that good. So I give it a 6.
It didn't even look good when I was looking at it. And it looked like, wasn't cooked by a brother. Let's just say that. And I'm the bruh, so we know about our grilling.
And Sugar Fire is black owned in St. Louis.
Oh, it's definitely not.
It's not?
That owner is white man.
Is he? Oh, no, but
yeah, but he's we bruhs, we know about our grilling, and that shit was not up to par at all. Yeah. So not even eating it, just looking at it, I give it a 6. 5.5, really. Mm-hmm. What'd you give it?
Huh?
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 6.
6. All right.
But yeah, it was all right.
Wouldn't go there again.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Camp Houston.
Camp Houston is so overrated. Maybe
I like the theme.
I like the theme.
I didn't know that
the
motherfucking bottle girls or whatever, or the people that work was gonna actually wear like motherfucking hiking boots and fucking camp gear and stuff like that.
Well, it was cold, so that's why.
No, the uniforms, they had like hiking boots on and fucking shorts and fucking...
That's what I'm thinking they was wearing it because it was cold outside, not because that was part of the theme.
Baby, it's called Camp Houston.
But that's cute.
Had the motherfucking the fires and the stuff. Mm-hmm. You ain't get it?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it was nice. So you was just like, why are they wearing this camp outfits? Why are they wearing these?
It was cold outside, so I literally thought nothing of it.
Shorts and like the button down shirt, short sleeve with the little girl Boy Scout.
As long as they had some tight shorts on, then I mean they was up to code in uniforms. Boots. So I don't care what the rest of it is.
Yeah, but the whole theme was camp. But I don't know why I was expecting something different. but it was literally
I
Camp
was
Houston.
too.
It was I mean, the fight was going on. So the last time we went, I was locked in. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was the fight going on. Thank God they had it on the big screen, so I was locked in, and it was a big fight anyway. So I had to lock in, and the vibes was nice. The boudin balls was good.
I
And
personally
what else
thought
we
they was
got? And we
alright.
got loaded baked potato. I got loaded
Yeah.
baked potato with brisket on it. It was okay. Boudin balls was pretty good, but
I
I
personally
mean,
like the ones from Wisner because you can't beat true Southern boudin balls. Like where they actually come from, you can't beat that.
mhm.
I personally just feel like camp is a little bit overrated only because like you pay $1,000 to over $1,000 for a little tabletop booth. Like it was so tiny. Like granted, me, all our girls was in there and Chris and stuff like that. But like if we paying over $1,000, like I thought that was just crazy. But
that party inflation.
yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's cool. They have people in the center doing the fire dancing and stuff like that, tricks and stuff. So that's cool. Like maybe if I'm, when my tax bracket go up or whatever, maybe I'll have a different opinion and stuff. But as far as
It's still the vibes was alright.
yeah,
It was alright. It
Yeah.
was cool. I'm giving what you give it? What you gonna give it?
7.5.
7.5. I'm gonna give it a 6.5, 7, and that's only because my fucking car got towed that night,
Oh
and
yeah.
I had to get an Uber to fucking tow place to get my car, and I wasted $250 for that. So fuck you, Camp Houston, for that shit.
Yeah, because you got a valet.
6.5,
You literally have to.
and yeah, just fuck that.
Lockbridge.
The Lock Bridge. That was the most recent thing.
Yeah, that was the most recent. It was cute. It was, a cute thing to do, but it smelled hella pissy.
I don't even remember what it smelled like.
I remember what it smelled like. It smelled hella pissy. Clearly some people done been drunk or homeless and did what they had to do.
There.
But it was a cute little experience. I would give it a 6.5.
That park right next to it was
Yeah,
really nice
the park
too.
is nice, but we just talking about the experience of it.
Lock Bridge, it was cool. I mean, it was something to, put our lock on there
Mm-hmm.
and, do something for the Houston tradition.
Yeah.
It was nice. I'd give it a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I ain't smell nothing, so it was cool for me. All right, this last place that we're going to talk about, well, I'm going to talk about because she hasn't been there.
I haven't
yet.
been to Third Ward at all.
Yeah, so the locker room is like a bar / you know what I'm saying? So the locker room, the spot, and another club, I forgot what it's called, 50 something like that. But they all like in that little area in the Third Ward, so you can literally just walk around and thug and go there. The locker room is real nice. I like it. It's a nice theme. They got jerseys and stuff on the wall. It's a good theme. It's clean in there. Everybody nice. Some of the people I know said they don't like it because the service is like bad. They be talking bad, but I didn't get that type of service. I didn't receive that type. They was nice as fuck. Gave me a drink, got me an extra drink when I ordered one. They gave me a little extra, whatever, like that. And also the bros on the spot, so they always gonna treat us cool.
Mm-hmm.
We was there for me and the bros. We was there to watch some game. I think it was a college football. I forgot what. It was a big game, but we went there to watch it. And it was lit. We had a good time. Got some food, hookah, good vibes, really nice. And it's in the Third Ward. I like the Third Ward because I feel like that's a part of Houston. Like, well, obviously, but when you think of Houston culture and stuff like that, I think of the Third Ward and probably some other spots too. But since I've been here, I think of the Third Ward. So I give it a 8.5, 9 out of 10. And I definitely suggest going there because, like I said, just like the spot, you go there on a Friday, Saturday night, it's going to be a nice group of people.
We should go there.
Yeah,
just take me.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this concludes episode 4.
Episode 4.
Episode 4 of
Yes,
Kevin Nelly.
And look, we in our real life, like lounge clothes. You see, she under the blanket and everything.
Because I got
we
pajamas
really got
on.
you in our living room. We really talking on, you know what I'm saying, like how we would talk to each other. So,
or our friends and stuff. Because y'all family now. Y'all friends. Y'all are friends. So.
Yeah, y'all not a work family because at work they be like, at whatever you work at, they be like, yo,
cringe. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning into this this new video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to bring y'all along this journey of ours as
Yes.
we create our content and kind of find our place in social media world and stuff. If you guys have any suggestions of things that you would like us to talk about, or like you just want our opinion on something, please drop it in the comment section down below. We are not scared to give our opinion. So yeah, I kind of look forward to actually seeing y'all comments and seeing what y'all have to say.
On that note, we out.
We out. See you next time.